We had Gary Coleman in at one point, and oftentimes when people come in, you have them, do the voice that you bring him in to do. In his case, we wanted him to say, "What you talking about, Willis?" I mean, what the hell else would? And people always come in, they want to pitch other things. They say, and he goes, I got some other characters I do. Besides just this, I got some other characters. Great, what is it? I got this character I do called 22nd Street Guy. He lives in New York, 22nd Street Guy. And he talks like this. Hey, I'm 22nd Street Guy. Same voice. Bob, my favorite is there was a show before most of you were born, before I was born, called The Newlywed Game. It was hosted by a fellow named Bob Eubanks. And he came in to play himself in a gag that we did in which Mary and Joseph are on the Newlywed Game. And he came in to do his own voice, and everything was fine, and left. And then my assistant comes into my office and says, Bob Eubanks just walked in again. He wants to talk to you. And I said, oh, okay. And he sits down across from my desk, and I said, what's up? And he goes, I didn't read the whole gag before I did this. And I just finished a Christian workout video, and I don't think it's going to go over too well. I don't know even what that would be. 1, 2, 3, I'm solved. We're going to do some deep Jesus bends. And I said, all right, you know what, we don't want to piss anyone off, we're nice guys, if you don't want us to use your voice, we won't use it. It was one of those moments one of those Hollywood moments where if you told me 10 years ago that I was going to be sitting across a desk, saying the words, you're putting me in a really awkward position, Bob Eubanks. I would have told you were crazy. And all in all, I gotta say, this has been a very, very satisfying experience. It's a crazy job. It's like 7 days a week. I don't think I've had a vacation in about 14 months. But we get to do fun things like the Star Wars episode. And we've already begun work on our Empire Strikes Back episode. We actually went up to the Lucas Ranch and screened it for George Lucas. He showed us. So we saw the Millennium Falcon. It was so awesome. The actual Millennium Falcon is right there, and you can touch it. The Death Star. We saw the Death Star. And we have our 100th episode coming up very soon as well, which is a two-parter entitled Stewie Kills Lois. And that is in fact what happens in the episode. That's it. The best part is the ending isn't the least bit of a cop-out or a buyback. No, it totally is. And we have this episode this Sunday that I'm going to show you right now. Here's the interesting thing about this, because I was just on the phone with the network on my way over here, having a big fight about this. This is why it doesn't end, so this is good timing. There's a gag in here, and you'll recognize it when you see it, that they may in fact cut out before the show aired. So this is very, very cool that you're getting to see this, because it's a big staring contest that's going on right now. But you'll recognize it when you see it. All right, so what I'm going to do now, there's a couple of microphones set up if you want to line up here. If anyone has any questions, anything at all that they want to discuss regarding Family Guy, regarding American Dad, regarding Fox, regarding whatever you want to talk about, there's two mics right here.
Hey, my God, you're a talkative bunch, aren't you?
All right, that guy, let's wait for that guy way in the back. You're the icebreaker. Yeah, it's on. All right, Bruce Wilson, what's your question?
Can I say something first?
Yeah.
propane.
I remember that, I made that.
This one's a two-parter. First of all, what on God's green earth made you want to put an alien in with Family Guy?
What? What made us want to put an alien in Family Guy?
American Dad.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's an angry Midwestern crowd. We folks in LA have nightmares about that.
It's like, what's with them spewing that green stuff every time he gets nervous or something?
That's what it is. He spews green stuff. Answer your question. You know, we thought it'd be funny. The voice is based on Paul Lynde, who was Uncle Charlie on Bewitched. He was Mary McAfee in Bye Bye Birdie. He was a great character actor from the. Is that your question?
Yeah.
How exciting that is. When you go into a new town, the first thing you should do is find out who to buy your weed from. Yes, sir.
So, South Park was kind of a douchebag to you, and
Yeah.
I want to know if you guys can do anything to get back at him.
Yes, we have something very big planned for those young gentlemen. That's all I'll say.
Hi, has there ever been an episode of Family Guy or American Dad that Fox just simply would not let you show, not just in part?
Yeah, well, there are always things that we're not allowed to do. There was an episode where Peter decides he wants to break a world record, and he decides he's going to eat more nickels than anyone has ever eaten before. And originally, there was a scene where Lois is in the bathroom brushing her teeth, and Peter's on the toilet, and they're just having a conversation, but he's kind of grunting periodically, and then at the end of the scene, you hear what sounds like a slot machine bang. That was not, the one that comes to mind that they really had a problem with, it was the Last Supper gag, where Peter wasn't even the gag. It was the Last Supper, and Jesus says, "Drink this, all of you," and they all raise their goblets to their mouths. And he says, "For this is my blood," and they all do like this vaudevillian spit take. That was literally like when I used to go to church when I was a kid. I remember turning to my mom and going, "That's gross. Why?" So we draw from our childhoods. But yeah, there's always stuff that they won't allow us to do, and even on a weekly basis, there are things that we have to cut out.
There we go.
I have a two-parter question as well. One, could you sign this for me?
All right. While I'm doing that, ask the second part of your question. Is this us?
Yes.
When the hell was this? No, it's me. I have that shirt, but wow. Let me see if I can tell by the background. Was this at the Star Wars thing?
That was at the comic book convention.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Okay,
Second question. This episode got me wondering, are we ever going to see Jillian again?
Yes. That was sort of an experiment. We thought it might be kind of cool to give Brian a recurring girlfriend for a season, and it came about because obviously there was Drew Barrymore who was a fan of the show and said, "Is there any, I'd love to do the show," and so we came back and we said, "Would you want to do like a seasonal arc?" And luckily she said yes. So that's something that we do revisit. This is the last time we see her for a while. But we actually just a couple weeks ago just finished rewriting an episode in which we do revisit that character in kind of a fun way.